What is up, you guys? So, I've been trying to gather my thoughts on the whole like Crimson Desert thing because not too long ago I crashed out on stream over it just because my thoughts on the game are that it's relatively boring. However, I haven't been able to gather my thoughts, so I do think the best course of action is just play that crash out, let you hear my unadulterated thoughts on it, and then once that's done, I'll actually dig into what I find so boring about the game. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and play that little clip. I think it's about 5 or 6 minutes, and then I'll get into an actual video on the game. I'm done. I'm fucking done with the goddamn game. I just the best way for me to describe it is you walk around for 2 fucking hours, bored out of your goddamn mind. Ever since I started streaming this fucking game, I've been so fucking bored out of my fucking mind. You're talking to these people about these fucking quests and the fucking abyss and all this shit, and so much of it just... I'm asking myself, like, why the fuck do I even care about any of this shit? The fucking story and the world building fucking suck. In general, the combat can be decent. Like, you're against a bunch of guys and it's alright. And then it just gives you a boss fight where you're completely not ready for it because the enemies in the actual fucking game don't even hit you like this. It's not a constant fucking onslaught. Like, take all of your, like, different parts, right? The hard boss fights, the fucking enemy encounters, the boring ass fucking world, the disconnected fucking story, because I don't even know that there fucking is one right now. The most that I fucking know about is a goddamn white crow that somebody fucking stole. Like, take all that, fucking rethink it. It's fucking cool as shit that you guys are updating the goddamn game. And you're taking some of the criticisms. Like, hey, guess what? Like, my main criticism whenever I first started playing was the fucking controls. You fixed that. But the game is still not that fucking great. I don't know, man. I don't know what the fucking devs were thinking putting this shit out. It started off as an MMO, and clearly it wasn't going to be a fucking good one, or else they would have continued with the MMO route, especially in the current fucking video game climate. And now we get a single player game that I don't know that the devs are really capable of making a good fucking single player game. Like, there's so many things that I can complain about with this game. I don't think there's a reason for me to continue playing it. And then just the boss fights that are just fucking... They come out of fucking nowhere. They just beat your ass down. And they're like, oh, what? You don't remember the fucking... all these different fucking abilities that you have? Well, no, I fucking don't. Because I've been using a fucking grabby arm as my main fucking mode of transport so far. Like, you have so many fucking different ideas across this game that it doesn't come into a cohesive fucking game at any point. Like, go back to the fucking drawing board. Whenever you come out with the fucking Violet Desert, because apparently you guys only make games about fucking deserts. Go back to the drawing board, know what the fuck you want to make, have it be somewhat cohesive as far as a story. Like, I get it, like, side content is the main reason that someone buys this game, but for someone that just wants to come in, enjoy the game, play through the story, again, fuck it. I don't know what's going on in the fucking story. I helped some dude, I gave him a little bit of gold, I think, I don't fucking remember. And then next thing I know, I'm in a skyblock world with fucking cubes floating around and shit. And there's some fucking crow dudes. None of the story, the story just doesn't seem to come together at any fucking point. At no point in time do I feel like this story is gonna fucking click and be like, you know what? That's why I fought the fucking dude out in the fucking wheat field. That's why the fucking horn splitter was so fucking important. I don't know what the fucking horn splitter had to do with any of this fucking game so far. I don't know what any of these fucking characters have to do with this fucking game. The fucking second main playable character, I don't know what the fuck she's got to do with the goddamn game. You know why? Because whenever I went to go to fucking play as her, and I went to go fucking do a main story mission, nah. This is Cliff's story, remember? Well, what the fuck is the point of the second playable fucking character then? Clearly nothing. And it's like, oh yeah, she just kind of pops up. I don't remember a single point of the story before she just kind of like popped up out of fucking nowhere. I don't know, man. I might give it a second chance at some point, but goddamn, I'm so fucking done, like sick and tired of this game. Like, for the past 3 hours of this stream, I've been sitting here fucking bored, and I'm sure you could fucking tell. But I've just been bored as fucking hell because the game's a fucking boring game. There's nothing to keep me fucking playing it. And like right now in this like hype period, like it just came out, I see a lot of posts about it. I don't think that's going to happen. I think people are going to realize it's a boring fucking game. All the side missions, like, even the side missions fucking suck. Like, oh yeah, my fucking cows died. Cool, I'll go investigate the cows. There was nothing fucking to it. You put on this fucking helmet that I'm assuming is important somewhere in the fucking game, but so far it just seems to be something that just got shoehorned in. Like, there's so many elements of this game that just feel shoehorned the fuck in. Can't fucking stand it anymore. I don't know why people are playing this and fucking having a good time. Like, I'm sure there are some parts of the game that are fucking phenomenal, but so far you gave me a big empty fucking world and like, oh cool, I'm gonna go kill fucking bandits again. Why do I want to kill fucking bandits again? So as you heard in that crash out, my biggest issue with the game is the difficulty. It doesn't really ramp up like it should. For the majority of the game, you're just fighting bandits, and then all of a sudden it'll give you a boss that just fucking kicks your ass for an hour. Maybe not an hour, but like 30 minutes. Since I stopped playing the game, I have like looked on X, looked on Reddit and all that. And the biggest thing behind what people are saying is like, yeah, you really have to grind for materials to get your weapons upgraded. You really have to, make food and everything so that you have, a larger health pool during the encounter. My issue with that is I don't want to ride around on a fucking horse looking for metals. I don't want to go fishing and shit to cook food to give me a larger health pool. Don't want to do any of that. I think the game is genuinely fucking boring whenever you do that. And even just like, you can ride around and explore and all that. Okay, cool. Well, what am I going to do? I'm going to find a boring ass puzzle. A puzzle that you call a puzzle, but realistically it's a matter of, I found the solution, I just don't know what game mechanic you want me to use to actually solve the puzzle. So an example of that is whenever I was at the fucking Sky Pillar, not the good one from Pokemon, but the shit one from Crimson Desert. You walk in and there's like 4 levers on the wall, right? And, you have these 2 side rooms that it basically shows you the fucking answer. It's not a fucking puzzle if you just show me the fucking answer. It's like calling a fucking jigsaw puzzle a puzzle. A jigsaw puzzle is not an actual fucking puzzle. You're not using your goddamn brain to solve it. However, I saw those 2 side rooms and I'm like, alright, cool. I know what mechanic I have to use. I have to use the fucking grab arm, whatever the fuck it's called, because it has a stupid ass name. I have to use that grab arm. I'm going to grab onto the fucking handles and I'm going to move it to wherever position it said to move it at, right? That's not the solution. The solution is you have to climb up to the handles, hold on to them, and they'll just kind of slowly fall down until it gets to the position that it's supposed to be at. Why couldn't I use the fucking grab arm? You've been having me use the grab arm for so many of these fucking puzzles so far. Why the fuck can't I use the goddamn grab arm here? Another one. I'm up in the fucking void or whatever the fuck it's called. The Skyblock Fortress, whatever. Not the good one from Minecraft, but the shit one from Crimson Desert. You know, you have these like fucking lasers. And you can tell where the lasers are supposed to be faced towards. You know, one of them goes towards this fucking blue block that turns orange, or vice versa. I don't remember. The other one is supposed to aim towards the other blue block that is supposed to turn orange. Again, not something that I would consider a puzzle. The fucking blocks are directly in front of the laser. The laser's just cockeyed a bit, so you have to move it with the grabby arm, because that's the thing that you use to solve puzzles in this game, except for whenever you fucking don't, because it wants you to grab the fucking handle instead of using the fucking grabby arm for it. But anyways, I do that. Everything's blue, everything's turning, it looks good. I go over to the thing, I see where I'm supposed to force punch it, I force punch it, nothing fucking happens. Okay, well, everything's blue, everything looks fine. You know, everything looks powered on, everything's rotating and shit. So, let me try it again. Maybe I wasn't at the right spot for the force punch, right? Maybe it just didn't take. No, it didn't work again. I messed around in the area for maybe 10 more minutes before I finally looked it up online, like, what the fuck am I doing wrong? Maybe the puzzle is more in-depth than I gave it credit for? No. 2 conduits weren't plugged up. You just have to find the fucking conduits where they're not plugged up using the fucking sword light fucking move that gets taught to you once, and I never use it during fucking combat. I never use it to solve puzzles. But yeah, you have to use that to see where the electricity's not flowing in a wire, because obviously shining light from a sword would show you where electricity's flowing in a wire, right? And then you just have to plug them in. That's a puzzle. That's not a goddamn puzzle. That's a fucking I Spy book. That's all that is. Another thing that doesn't really make sense to me is the whole like lantern versus the vision, whatever the fuck you want to call it. The dumbass fucking helmet with the antennas on it. Why not just integrate the lantern properties into the vision or vice versa? So the idea is that you use a lantern to track certain things, because that's how life works. You use a lantern to track shit. Not a special lantern, by the way. You can find every enemy that you kill, 9 times out of 10, they're going to drop a fucking lantern. It just fills up your fucking inventory. They only sell for 4 coins. Bad economy. But you use the lantern, you follow, you see like this little vision or whatever of something that happened there in the past. And then you have to put on the vision to watch the vision that you could clearly see with the lantern to actually like solve it. Why not just integrate that shit? Just integrate it all into one. I don't want to have my fucking lantern out just so that I have to put on the fucking vision. What the fuck is the point of that? I kind of mentioned combat in that video. Combat, whenever you're fighting multiple enemies, I think it's fine. The enemies are a little bit weak. Generally, they don't attack all at once. Then you get to a boss where it's like fighting 100 guys just stabbing you constantly. It is a constant onslaught from the fucking bosses. It's like I can only dodge so many times. I've put points into stamina, but I can still only have so much stamina, you know? I think the exploration of the world is fucking boring. I'm sure that if I played a little bit more into it, maybe it gets interesting, but riding a fucking horse around the same goddamn region, fucking Hernand, for fucking hours, that's not exciting. The side missions generally tend to be a matter of go here, kill guys, come back. It just gets so damn boring. Upgrading weapons and everything, I'm not going to go mining for materials. I'm not going to ride around on a horse trying to find shit to mine just so that I can upgrade my weapons that all generally seem to have the same combat stats based on the upgrade level. They just have different abilities. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the game. Honestly, personally, I'd give it like a 6 out of 10. I think that some people are going to enjoy it, but it's definitely not something that I see being talked about at the Game Awards or any sort of game award near the end of the year. Or, 5 years down the road, nobody's going to be talking about Crimson Desert anymore. Maybe I'm wrong. I have seen some pretty cool shit on like Reddit and X and everything. People doing cool shit in the game, just fucking around with like the mechanics of it. And it's like, it's cool that people enjoy that. I don't think your general audience is going to enjoy that. I think your general audience is going to see the game the same way that I saw it, where riding around on a fucking horse is boring, believe it or not. Riding around in the same area, not really seeing much else is really fucking boring, believe it or not. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the game. Solid 6 out of 10. It's a good game, but boy, you take out like 70% of like the ideas that people had, like the fucking grabby arm, the fucking force punch, everything to do with that shit. You take out the void, you just make it a straight up fantasy game. It would be like an 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. But that's just my thoughts on the game. Have a good one. Peace out.